Hey guys, my name is Gemines, aka Gemmy, and we are going to be looking at the Dragon's Prophet game, which is currently in its open beta phase right now. And there are 4 classes total. You just saw the male guardian, and this is a female guardian. Next, this class is the Ranger class, and there is the female counterpart. And then the male. Now the Rangers are able to use a bow or a gun blade of sorts, like dual pistol kind of thing. Next is the Oracle, and there is the male version. And next is going to be the female version, and they're kind of like the healer slash tank. They're the most popular class in the game right now. And this is the Sorcerer, so more elemental type class. And there's the male part. So just for ease, we're just gonna go right into how the customization works, and we're just going to use the sorcery person here, and I will do both. So we're going to start off with the male, and you are able to just see what kind of it would look like depending on like the styles and such, and I think those are just different styles. But what you want is your character to be stripped naked so that you can see all of its features and change them as you please. Now there's various types of skin tones that you could choose from. You could go very, very light to all the way pretty dark. So you have that comfortable range as what your character you want to look like. Because I know in some games they're just light characters, and sometimes when they have a dark tone color, it's super, super dark. So you have that nice, from ranging from like really dark to just chocolate to a lighter kind of undertoned red to a very, very, very pale white. So on the right hand side, you see all its physical features of its body that you could adjust, and there are a ton of things that you can change. You could change, the shoulder width and shoulder like positioning, and you have the upper, height, and the torso height, the chest width, thickness, ratio, and such. So it really, really helps you just kind of chisel your perfect character out of it. And this is for the male, and there's also a buttocks. I just wanted to add that out there. There is a buttocks toggle, so you can make its butt bigger or smaller. Next are the face pre-mates, and there are 18 faces to choose from, and that's a very generous amount of faces that you could toggle between. And it's not all that they look pretty and gorgeous or something like that. There are an array that reflect age, and some reflect youth, and different kind of features for both. And then you have the hair pre-mates as well. They come in different styles so that you can really customize your character how you want their hair to look. And there are 21 hairstyles to choose from. I'm sorry to say, but I had to include the bald one as well. So actually it's not really bald, it's more like shaven off. So there's a difference, I know. And after you get the hairstyle you want and the pre-made face you want, you're able to adjust the face to your liking. So you could toggle and tweak certain things like, the forehead and just the face. You can make the chin smaller or the length smaller, the jaw bigger or smaller. You can make a very narrow face or a very wide face depending on what you want your character to look like. And you could adjust the eyebrows and just how it's set it and such, along with customizing for your eyes, so you can make them bigger or smaller, wider or more close to each other. And I believe you could adjust like the ends of the eyes to make them go higher to make a more cat kind of look, or lower to make a more droopy kind of somber look. You could also customize the nose how you want it to, and the best way to customize and adjust the nose would be to put it on its profile so that you can at least see the profile of the nose, because from front you can't really tell how far the nose is coming out of the face and the bridge, or how long it is, or the angle of it. So you definitely want to watch out for that when you make the nose of your character. After you are done making your nose, you can move on to the lips. Now the lips have a wide range of toggles that you can do. You can make your lips or your mouth wider or at more of an angle or more puckered and such. So you just have to really mess with that to create the perfect, pucker for you, ideally for a character. And the last option would be the ears. Usually I just don't mess with the ears at all, especially if your hair is covering the ears, because you don't really have to fuss with that. You are able to choose different eye colors, so I'm going through the different shades that you can select from. There are a variety, but all the colors are very realistic. There's no outrageous colors that could possibly be that you won't have like a stark white, pale, no pupil looking eye if you choose white, if you know what I mean. It's just going to be a lighter shade of gray. And then you could also choose the lip color. Even for males, you can make your lips a little bit more flushed pink, or if you're choosing or going for a more evil kind of looking character, you could actually choose a darker color. Next would be the hair color. Again, they're very realistic colors. You don't see like a hot pink, even though it kind of sucks sometimes in some games, but I believe in this game they really wanted to keep with a more realistic feel about stuff that could actually be in this part of the world. So you're not going to have a hot pink guy in the real world of their world or a hot pink girl. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but you get what I'm saying. It's not like anime type, it's more a realistic kind of world feeling that they wanted to put. And after you are done making your perfect character, you could choose the character of your color of your robe, basically. So kind of like your base color. So every time you get a piece of gear, it would just match it to that color that you have. So yeah, I went with, I believe, blue. Yeah, kind of like an off blue, because it looked better. So yeah, that was the guide version. All you have to do is put your character name in on the top left hand corner and then do finalize character. But for our sake, we're gonna go back so that we could choose the female version and just go through the female version real quick. Again, we're going to just use sorcery, so that's just easier for visually. Also, there's really no difference between when you're doing character customization for each class. It's all the same. Obviously, when you get in the game, the role that you play is going to differentiate how your characters differ, but the characterization is still the same. Now, the body for a female, obviously, you kind of put them in like a little bikini kind of thing, bra and undies. And there are a certain amount of differences. The biggest one would be breast size. Now there you go, I see him toggling. Now in this game, they focus a lot on breasts, on boobs, basically. There is a breast size, and there is a breast, angle that you could put them at, and there's a cleavage that pushes them together or makes them a little bit more far apart. And there is a breast, I believe, shape or angle or arch, and that would be kind of like the dip but before it gets to the breast area, I'm guessing. But there was a lot of attention put to the female breast area that I would like to say that wasn't put in the male, probably because there was really nothing much to do with the pecs besides make them bigger or smaller, and which they did with the chest size toggle. So they put a lot of emphasis on the boobs, and there's also obviously the buttock size as well. You can make a voluptuous apple bottom, or you could just make a flat one if you'd like. I don't know. People have different preferences. Not everyone's preferences are the same. So yeah, after you get that perfect body of yours, there are a various amount of hairstyles and faces that you could choose from. I'm just toggling through the faces. And there are pre-made faces, and some might have a little bit more shading or makeup on them. Keep in mind that the face that you choose can be altered. The attributes can be molded in a way where it's a better fitting for your character that you want to make. Now there are the various types of hairstyles that you could choose from. Obviously the girls have one more than the guys, because the girls are more conscious of hair. And then you have the normal traits that we just went through the males with, like the face, adjusting. And then once you get your face just right, you could just move on to the eyebrows and make them closer or more far apart, more higher or lower, more protruded or detracted from the face. And if you want to see how far your eyebrows actually go out, you might want to turn to the side so that you could pull them out or push them in as you please for that. So just remember, because after you create your character, you're not able to change it. You will have to delete it before and then make it all over again. So you don't want to waste time with that. And after that, you can move on to the eyes. Now, I've already noticed that the female version of the eyes, like their irises, are definitely bigger than the males. They have a more anime feel to them compared to the male counterparts. But, you know, I think the males are more realistic made, and the females are more supposed to be like a youthful kind of feel, just because bigger irises usually equates to a youthful, more animated look for games. So I think that's why they kind of did it that way. And after you fiddle with the eyes, you can move on to the lips, then the ears. And then there's different various of skin tones that you could choose from. Once again, ranging from a really light shade to a very dark shade. So you are in control of whatever kind of skin tone character you want to make. Then you can move on to the eyes. I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit and just toggle through the eyes as well. Now the eyes for the females, just because their irises are a lot bigger, accentuates a lot more of the colors than the males do. But there's still a little bit more realistic colors that you could possibly see in the real world, kind of, if it was the real world. And then the lip colors, just going through those. And then the hair colors. Now the hair colors will kind of be more or less realistic-ish. I mean, you could see like a granny with white hair. So it's possible to have white hair. I don't know if you could have it on a young person unless they like bleached it white, which I have seen before. So not unheard of, but just really damaging to your hair. And after that, you just choose your base color for what your armors or your cloth armor would be like. And I just chose the same color as the male counterpart just to make it a little bit easier. And then after that, you are done. Just create a character name for your character in the top left hand corner. And then once you do that, just click the finalize character all the way on the bottom right hand corner. So that is about it, guys. I hope that gave you a little bit of insight on the character creation for Dragon's Prophet and what to expect from it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you later. Bye bye.